Hey everybody, it's Lisa again. I'm here with In Vino Veritas. So today I have a wine that I want to share with you. This is a French wine called La Peroniere, Blanc Majesté Réservé. It also says it's sélection particulière. So for anybody who doesn't speak French like me, this one is kind of special. So the Colombard grape is like a descendant, I guess, of the Chenin Blanc grape, and this is one that in France they grow it and they distill it down into cognac. And it's also an approved variety of grape for the Bordeaux blends. So it's kind of one of the lesser known white grapes, but not a less important grape. So let's see. This is a 2017, and this retails for about $17. So let's see. There's a really good smell there. There's a lot of, I don't know. It's unusual. Kind of pear, but not quite pear. So there's some citrus in there. It's limey. Yeah, there's a lot of lime in there. Ooh. It tastes almost tropical, like pineapple. I do get a hint of peach as well, but it's got a bite to it and almost like a spice, almost like pepper, but not like black pepper, but like pepper. Like it's just spicy. So this is, and it's actually a very light wine for having this much flavor. So yeah, this is a winner. This is something I could totally see having with Mexican food, with like, you know, maybe not like a carne asada, but like not even a mole, but like chicken, like shredded chicken with lots of cilantro and beans and corn, and like I could totally see it, or a Caribbean, like a jerk chicken or something like that. I could totally see that with like plantains and yummy stuff. But yeah, this is something that totally summer day, nice dinner. This one is definitely a drink it. It's, oh, this is good. Yeah, that's a nice summer wine, and as it's opening up, and I can feel it kind of mellow out a little bit, but still hold on to that flavor. So yeah, Le Peroniere is a winner. So I'm gonna drink some more of this, and then I'll come back and tell y'all a story. All right, so I'm back, and I've had some more of this, and it's pretty tasty. So this definitely goes on the recommend list if you can find it. So Le Peroniere from France, 17 bucks. So today, now it's time for story time. And this is a true story from my life. And since we're drinking French wine, we're going to tell a story about France, or the time I was in France. And also because I saw the movie I Feel Pretty today, and which is basically about a girl who has no self-confidence, and then she bumps her head, and she suddenly thinks she's beautiful, and so she has all this self-confidence, and then her life changes, and blah, 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 but she still looks exactly the same. So it's basically about, you know, if you have confidence, the world will love you, no matter what you look like, which we all know is bullshit, but it's kind of a nice little fantasy. So anyway, you know, so I went to France when I was in grad school. It was part of an internship program, and where you worked 6 days, or you worked 6 hours a day, and then the rest of your day was free. And this was during the Cannes Film Festival. And the town of Cannes is on the French Riviera, and it is it's a small town. It's like 70,000 people, and it's basically what would happen if you transported Beverly Hills to the Riviera. It's very swanky, a little snooty, and really gorgeous. The ocean is beautiful. Anyway, so I was there doing the whole film thing, and I was a nerd twice over at this thing because A, I'm a grad student, so nerd once, and B, I am a film student. I'm getting a master's degree, so I'm a nerd again, because who does that? And I can be snooty about like some obscure Italian movie that no one's ever heard of. So while I like push my glasses up and go, ooh. Anyway, so yeah, I'm super nerdy, and I look like this. I'm not like, you know, I'm a realist. So anyway, but I meet this girl. Her name is Emily M, and she is also in the program, and she is unbelievably gorgeous. You know, brown hair, brown eyes, like this. Her hair looked like a freaking shampoo commercial. That's how beautiful she was. And in fact, if you told me that she grew up to be Mila Kunis, I would believe you, because that's what she looked like. So anyway, but she was also incredibly nice and lovely and smiling, and I could see when people would talk to her how they would just light up when she talked to them and was actually nice. It was kind of inspiring in a weird way. But so anyway, so she and I started hanging out, and we had lunch, and we were walking down the little Croisette on the sidewalk, and in Cannes, all of the beaches are private. They're owned by the hotels that are right there. So unless you're a guest of the hotel or you pay, you can't go onto the beach. So we were wandering around, and we met the manager of one of the hotel's restaurants or something. His name was Chris, and he casually mentioned, "Oh, we're having a party here tonight. You should come by." And so we were like, "Okay, yeah, sure, that sounds nice." So anyway, whatever. We finish our day. We go and have dinner. And she says, "Oh, these guys are going to meet us here." And I say, "Oh, okay, who are these guys?" And she had met them earlier that day. They were producers. They were French. And they were going to come and have dinner with us. So I said, well, okay. So we go to this place, and we're sitting there, and then they come and join us. And these dudes are like kind of they're French silver foxes. They're very suave, they're very handsome, and they're a little on the older side, because she and I are both in our 20s at this time. But they know their shit, and they're very charming, and they order wine, and so we drink and we eat and we have a great time. And I'm just like watching, it's almost like Wild America, where I'm watching them fawn over her because she's incredibly beautiful, and she just smiles and nods at their jokes, and it's utterly fascinating. And so I'm having a great time. And then after that, we bid adieu to them, and I'm pretty sure that they pulled her to the side and said, "Hey, once you ditch the ugly chick, come and meet us later," because, you know, that's how shit happens. But then we walked down the Croisette to Chris's place, and I don't even remember which hotel it was, to be quite honest. But it was one of the big ones, one of the ones that started with an M. And I thought, like, yeah, we'll go to his little party. It'll be nice, and we'll have a drink, and it'll be fun. And so we get there. It's not a little party. It is a big party, and it is a film festival party, for the Cannes Film Festival, which we were all there for, which all of the Hollywood elites are there for, and so forth. There's a giant tent on the beach, and we can hear the music, and we can see all the laser lights, you know, and all the people. And there's security guards that have these scary looking dogs with breakaway muzzles to, you know, kill you at the, you know, drop of a word. And there's barricades everywhere and like people trying to get in and so on and so forth. It's like the whole scene. And so she like walks right up to one of the security guards and says something, and then he says something into his wrist. And a few minutes later, Chris shows up, and he's radiant and smiling, and he gives the wave, and they open up the barricade, and she walks through. And I kind of, you know, I kind of sigh a little bit and go, well, that was fun while it lasted. I'll see you later. And because I am living by this time in Southern California, and I know how it works. I've stood outside the clubs, and I know that when you look like me, you wait. And you may or may not get in. So I kind of like have already admitted defeat. But then she turns around, and Chris turns around, and after she walked in, there was like all these beautiful, tall, thin, stylish women that were at that barricade trying to get into this party, and they like closed behind her like the Red Sea, and to where like I was like 5 people deep at this point. And so Chris turns around and he waves them away, and they start to part. And it's kind of like a movie, but they start to part, and they keep parting until it gets to me, and he sees me, and he smiles, and he points at me and like nods. And so the security guard holds his arm back and like waves me forward, right? And I could not believe it. It was one of those moments. And so I walk between these 2 aisles of women who are unbelievably beautiful, probably supermodels in training, and I could practically see the thought bubbles above their heads going, what the fuck just happened, and how is this girl getting in and not us? And so I, of course, push my glasses up to the bridge of my nose and hold my chin up and walk in, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it feels like. This is what M feels like every day of her life. This is incredible. And I will say that party it lives on in my memory as a magical dream with tempura-fried fruit and celebrities just hanging out and dancing and sweating like normal people. And I've never experienced anything like that since then, but I'm kind of chasing the dragon, and maybe one day I will. But yeah, that day I actually got to feel pretty by proxy. So anyway, that's my story for the day. And this is our wine, and go check it out and drink happy and drink often.